As endless as the ocean tide, the tide of traffic flows by this tiny cove across from Savin Hill in Dorchester, Massachusetts.
But the good sign is that, they're still around and they're trying to survive.
The empty shells dispersed amongst broken glass and wreckage. Some bits of plants live. There is still life here.
Right there, all those little tiny dots, white dots, those are mud snail eggs.
The overabundant population of the mud snail. It's thriving, a sure indicator that this ecosystem is out of balance.
What I could find in some old books, they had more than 30 species of shellfish in New England waters, especially in Boston Harbor, and now you can barely find shellfish.
A pocket of nature struggles to compete with human development, with discarded trash, debris, and the algae bloom.
So many patches, they actually cluster and cover them, so that basically suffocates them. They can't really open.
Oysters, filter feeders. Once so abundant in New England, they created great reefs.
You can see how thin they are, barely surviving.
Dwarfed by the towering UMass Boston, one person is also struggling to bring light to a vision.
This is the perfect spot. You have a new science building, you have amazing university, you have great community that would love to participate, and also bring everybody else from technologies and biomimicry. This is the first biomimicry living lab to showcase the solutions.
Dr. Anna Maria Frankic,
And I counted around 160 oysters last year.
founder of an idea, trademarked and ready to comprehend and apply.
So if we would, like, for example, help certain areas to create a nicer slope so that the sediment can accrete and create patches, we call them like a floating islands, where we could plant Spartina. This is all Spartina alterniflora, and also teach, K to 12 and our students here to create, where and what technique is much better to help restore fringe salt marsh, and what type of the slope. How do we have to prepare the sediment in order for the salt marsh to start, thriving again?
Like weeds between the cracks of city sidewalks, cordgrass finds a way to life. The first wave of vegetative soldier, almost speaking to us. We know there was a salt marsh here.
This is the main reason that gives me hope, is this little creature that can still survive in this embayment, and it's Savin Hill Cove that is one of the most polluted embayments in Boston Harbor.
And I start to feel the specialness of this place. I imagine 50 years from now, it teeming with life, health, and resilience.
Let's take them outside. Brainstorming and spending more and more time outside, how students start thinking differently.
But dreams are as ethereal as visions, and great ideas as fragile as eggs, so easily broken.
And that would totally inspire students. It's unbelievable, when I teach kids that are in kindergarten and they start learning how amazing an oyster is. The oysters in general all over the world are in trouble because we destroy their habitat. And then their parents call me next day saying, like, why did you tell my daughter to replace Brita with an oyster? And I said, I didn't, but that's a great concept. They got it.
Do the birds come to see why I take pictures? They sing their ageless songs. Perhaps they remember a time when all the waters teemed with balance. Nature's dance, a well-choreographed display. Perhaps they know why I have come. Do they sing to encourage? To tell us we're on the right path here? That people can learn from nature and live in harmony with them? Teach the children about the oysters in the bay and how they're disappearing, but we can't afford to let them get away. Yes, teach the children how nature has evolved, pointing to the answers to the problems that it solved. We'll dream of floating islands and biomimicry. We'll build them living labs from sea to shining sea.